Down gets 1 of 2. So Dallin finally getting a rest. Cam and Polton back in there. Polton, a big, physical, strong presence. You can tell he's not afraid of the weight room. He'll have the defense against Dallin studded. He has an inch advantage. And this ball is tipped out of bounds by Johnson. Spencer Johnson playing the best basketball in region play thus far. Playing his best basketball in region play, I should say. On his way to 18 points per game. There's Asa over the Fawcett. Fawcett will try for his own shot. No good. Rebound tipped out by Johnson. He'll collect it himself. So Spencer Johnson doing a Magic Johnson impersonation. Getting the rebound and running the break. But then the ball turned over on the other end. And sloppy ball controlled by the Thunder on the break. They lose it out of bounds. Coach Meacham on his feet, applauding the defensive effort to get back by the Cavemen. And Condi with 1 point. Finds the high post, it's Polton. Polton already with an assist from the high post. Looking for a cutter, doesn't see it, tries to create, gives it back to Condi for 3, got it. So Cameron Polton and George Brimhall racking up the assist. Gotta love that from the bigs for the Cavemen. Back the other end we go. This is Linton back to the game. Over to Fawcett on the baseline. Fawcett finds an open, started for an open 2. So with that, back to a 3-point lead. The Cavemen will run the play with a minute left on the first half clock, and they'll lose it. Back the other end, found the ground. So that was number 24, Trenton Furman, the high energy. Got on his case earlier for maybe having too much energy, but his high energy there comes up big as he's able to get the steal, take over possession. Neither team in the penalty. Minute left in the first half, and here, speaking of energy, Mr. Benji Judd, all the way coast to coast after the steal. Man, I love this kid's game. Benji Judd getting his hand in the passing lane and then saying "Sayonara" all the way to 2 points. And another turnover by the Thunder. So Cavemen getting it done on both sides of the ball, forcing a lot of mistakes from the visiting Westlake. And with 35 seconds on the clock, Cavemen will likely play for the last shot of the half, leading 5. Condi has it out on the elbow into Bailey on the high post. Bailey over to Dallin, who loses it, gets it back. Timeout, Cavemen. Dallin Hurley taking it in the high post, losing the hander. Somehow manages to dig it back out. And heads up play by Coach Meacham to call the timeout. 30-second timeout. Once again, we remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Zions Bank. Zions Bank is ready to help you achieve your goals as a small business. We're proud to be the top lender of U.S. Small Business Administration 7A loans in Utah for the past 20 consecutive years. Member FDIC, credit approval required. Zions Bank. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. So we've seen an exciting game as both teams getting all 5 players into the scoring rate. Both teams getting many of their starting 5 into the scoring game. Just the Cavemen, the early season, were a team that looked like they could put up 70, even 80 points night in and night out. Since region play began, and playing obviously significantly tougher competition in the best region in state, that point average has gone down, but the defensive has really stepped up. They do not want to lose 3 games in a row, especially at this critical time in the season. They have the lead here and a chance for the last points of half number 1. Johnson would make it happen himself, but he's blocked. Number 23, that's Studdard getting his hand on the ball. Back the other way, Asa misses it, but guess who's there? As time expires, it's 2 points for the Thunder. Not exactly what you drew up on the drawing board. So we'll reach halftime here from the campus of AF. The Cavemen, home team, trying to break that losing streak. Just a 3-point lead as they go into the locker room. You're watching SFan.tv, your number 1 location for Utah high school athletics, streaming live. We'll take a little break here. We'll be back with your highlights and your keys to the second half.
You have financial goals. We have a team of banking professionals. Zions Bank, game on.
Please welcome to the floor the American 14 Mets.
And we welcome you back out to campus of American Fork High School, home of the Cavemen. And the Cavemen join an early 15 to 11 point lead as we begin quarter number 2. So winning point is Fawcett for the Thunder. Fawcett, one of the leading point getters for Westlake. Comes into the game, averaging 11.6 points per game. So Thunder sub in Trenton Firmer, and then a 3-point shot. That's Asa. Asa McCurd, the leading point getter for Westlake. And the 3-point shooting of the Thunder, keeping them in this game. It's a 1-point deficit. Down Harley, running into trouble down low, gives out to Johnson, who will drive and miss the contested 5-foot jumper. Back the other way, here come the Thunder. Fawcett gives it off to Anthony Condi, who throws it in to Trenton Firmer into the game for Westlake. Asa back to Fawcett. And there's a lot of cross-court passes here from the Thunder. And maybe getting away with Traver, but then the shot is off the side of the backboard, and it will be a foul against the Caveman. This is going to go against Harris. So first foul against Harris. Again, not a whole lot of whistles blowing out here tonight. 5 total fouls. However, 4 of them going against the Caveman. 2 shots for Anthony Condi as he misses the first. So Brendan Bailey, after getting a momentary rest, checks back to the game. His 6'8" height and wingspan, nearly 7 feet. Changes the game in a lot of ways. There's a lane violation. So Condi missing both his shots, but he'll have a chance for redemption. So that second shot will be stricken off the record. He'll get a try it again after the lane violation by the Caveman. And this time he's perfect. So it's a tie game, 15-15. 6 minutes left in the first half of play. Caveman looking to set up their offense. Getting a lot of good looks, just some shots not quite finding the bottom of the net. Entry pass to Dallin. Dallin quickly double team, goes up anyway. Dallin Harley definitely winning the key matchup for today. Not that Braden Hoker isn't having a bad game, but Dallin getting the best of Hoker's defense. And how about that? Just when I said it, he decides to prove me wrong. Braden Hoker getting 2. On the other end, Johnson quickly bottled up. Gives up to Dallin in the high post. Here's Harris at the right elbow. Dallin Hurley fouled on the ground. So that's the second foul on Braden Hoker. That'll send him to the bench. Checking in for Westlake is David Studdard. Excuse me, Dallin Studdard, number 23, wearing the coveted MJ number. Here's Bailey. Bailey looking to create his own shot. Still looking, gives off to Dallin. Dallin with another long jumper. This time finds the front of the rim and nothing better. So back the other end, Asa trying to run the break. Good defense by Braden Harris, but finding the trailing Fawcett who cannot finish. Now Johnson running the break. Had Dallin open underneath. Instead goes to Bailey who travels. So Spencer Johnson, the junior, needed to wait maybe just another half second on the pass. He would have had down for an easy 2. Instead, the game stays tied. Westlake basketball. Fawcett gives it in to Trenton, who loses the dribble. Trying to get too fancy there, perhaps, was Trenton Firmer, the 6th man for the Westlake. And how about this? Johnson almost losing the ball to Anthony Condi, able to save it. Said save the possession. Here's Bailey. Bailey looking for that super high pick. Instead, he'll have to create himself. Gets to the rim, can't finish. taking on about 3 blue jerseys. Brendan Bailey can't get 2 points, but that looks like a foul after, no, just a ball knocked out of bounds. No, stay Caveman possession. Dallin over to Johnson. Johnson has an open lane, gives it off to Bailey. Bailey will drive, pop up the 15-footer, no good. So back the other way we go. Both teams having some good opportunities, unable to capitalize. Fawcett with 1 point for the Thunder. Westlake in just its 5th year of existence. First competitive year was 2010. And how about that, finding the man underneath. That's just who we talked about. Number 23, Dallin Studdard, who checked into the game, getting 2 points off a nice assist. Good play from the Thunder. Take a 2-point lead. Here's Johnson for 3. Got it. My, oh my, Spencer Johnson. Never out of the game, and you have a duo like Johnson, Bailey, and Hurley. Excuse me, a trio. So the Cavemen regained the lead just moments after losing it. Back the other end now. This is Trenton Furman over to Anthony Condi. Condi working on Bailey, trying to create his own shot. 17-footer, no good. Johnson running point over to Condi, who will pop and shoot, and almost gets the bank. Dallin Hurley there to collect the rebound, and he'll get fouled on the putback. So Braden Condi, the Caveman's Condi, always looking to create for his teammates, doesn't put up a lot of shots. Smelt blood in the water there and puts it up and almost gets the lucky bounce. Either way, it's a chance for 2 points, but they may not get 2. They will not get 2 as Dallin misses the first free throw. On the other end, the Westlake cheer squad arriving. They're just 20 minutes late, not bad. Dallin gets 1 of 2. So Dallin finally getting a rest. Cameron Polton back in there. Polton, a big, physical, strong presence. You can tell he's not afraid of the weight room. He'll have the defense against Dallin Studdard. He has an inch advantage. And this ball is tipped out of bounds by Johnson. Spencer Johnson playing the best basketball in region play thus far. Playing his best basketball in region play, I should say. On his way to 18 points per game. There's Asa over the Fawcett. Fawcett will try for his own shot, no good. Rebound tipped out by Johnson, he'll collect it himself. So Spencer Johnson doing a Magic Johnson impersonation, getting the rebound and running the break. But then the ball turned over on the other end, and sloppy ball controlled by the Thunder on the break. They lose it out of bounds. Coach Meacham on his feet, applauding the defensive effort to get back by the Cavemen. And Condi with 1 point. Finds the high post, it's Polton. Polton already with an assist from the high post. Looking for a cutter, doesn't see it, tries to create, gives it back to Condi for 3, got it. So Cameron Polton and George Brimhall racking up the assist. Gotta love that from the bigs for the Cavemen. Back the other end we go. This is Linton back to the game. Over to Fawcett on the baseline. Fawcett finds an open, started for an open 2. So with that, back to a 3-point lead. The Cavemen will run the play with a minute left on the first half clock, and they'll lose it. Back the other end, found the ground. So that was number 24, Trenton Furman, the high energy, got on his case earlier for maybe having too much energy, but his high energy there comes up big as he's able to get the steer, take over possession. Neither team in the penalty. Minute left in the first half, and here, speaking of energy, Mr. Benji Judd, all the way, coast to coast after the steer. Man, I love this kid's game. Benji Judd getting his hand in the passing lane and then saying sayonara all the way for 2 points. And another turnover by the Thunder. So Caveman getting it done on both sides of the ball, forcing a lot of mistakes from the visiting Westlake. And with 35 seconds on the clock, Caveman will likely play for the last shot of the half, leading 5. Condi has it out on the elbow into Bailey on the high post. Bailey over to Dallin, who loses it, gets it back.